Okay, so let's talk about AI. It feels like every single day there's some new headline, some new breakthrough that's supposed to change, well, everything. But how much of that is the real deal, and how much is just pure hype? Today, we're going to cut right through all that noise. We're going to give you the mental tools to really see where AI is at right now, and maybe, just maybe, where it's actually heading. And this is the big one, isn't it? This is a question that's powering everything from blockbuster movies to some very real anxiety in boardrooms. The idea of an intelligence that's on our level, it's thrilling for sure, but for a lot of people, it's also pretty concerning. But before we can even try to answer that, we've got to get on the same page about what we're even talking about.
So let's dive into the concept that's right at the heart of this whole debate, AGI, or Artificial General Intelligence. You hear this term thrown around all the time. It's kind of the holy grail of AI research, the one thing everyone is either racing to build or desperately warning us against.
Now, look closely at this definition. What's so interesting here is how specific it is. It's not about an AI having consciousness or feelings or writing poetry. The real benchmark for AGI is super practical. Can it do most of the jobs that have economic value as well as a person can? Keeping this economic focus is absolutely crucial because it grounds this whole conversation in something we can actually measure.
Okay, so if that's the destination, AGI, then where are we right now on the map? To figure that out, we're going to use this brilliant framework for understanding where AI has come from and where it is today. It's called the ladder of generality.
The whole idea behind this ladder is pretty simple, actually. Just think of each rung as a new level of computing that's way more flexible, more general than the one below it. It's a fantastic way to see how we got from, a simple calculator to the incredibly complex systems we're interacting with today.
Let's just run up it real quick. We start down on rung 0 with special-purpose hardware. Think of a pocket calculator that can only do math. Then, boom, rung 1, programmable computers. Rung 2, we get computers that can store their programs in memory. Now things get interesting. Rung 3 is machine learning, where systems start learning from data. Rung 4 is deep learning with those complex neural networks. Rung 5 gives us these massive pre-trained models. And that brings us to rung 6, right where we are today, with instruction-tuned models like ChatGPT that can follow all sorts of complex commands. Every single step up is just a massive leap in flexibility.
And this is the key takeaway. After all of that incredible progress, all of the headlines, all of the hype, we are standing on rung 6. Don't get me wrong, it's an unbelievable achievement. It is the most general form of computing humans have ever created. But it's still just one rung on what could be a very, very long ladder.
And here's the crucial part. We have no idea what rung 7 looks like. Seriously, the experts who came up with this ladder point out that we don't know what the next breakthrough is or if there even is a next rung. So anyone who tells you that the next step is inevitable or just around the corner, they're guessing. The path forward from here is anything but clear.
So that brings up a really fascinating question, right? If we're only on rung 6, why do these systems feel so much smarter? Why does it sometimes seem like they're conscious or like they truly get us? Well, the answer has as much to do with our own brains as it does with their computer chips. I mean, think about it. The first time you had a really long, detailed conversation with a modern chatbot, there are moments where it just feels like there's a real mind on the other side of the screen, right? That feeling, it's a real, documented psychological thing.
It's called the ELIZA effect. It was actually named after a super simple chatbot way back in the 1960s. People knew it was just a program, but they started telling it their deepest, darkest secrets anyway. See, our brains are hardwired to see intention and intelligence wherever we find responsive behavior. So when a machine gives us a coherent reply, we can't help it. We automatically fill in the blanks and assume it understands things on a level that it just doesn't. It's a cognitive bias, and we all have it.
Okay, let's pull all these ideas together now. We have a very specific economic definition for AGI. We have this ladder that maps our progress, and we have a psychological effect that explains why it all feels so real. So how does this help us cut through the noise?
Consider this your personal toolkit for the next time you see some crazy headline about AI. First, ask yourself, are they talking about the actual economic definition of AGI or something way fuzzier? Second, remember, we're on rung 6. The tech is amazing, but it's an evolution, not a magic portal to a new kind of intelligence. And third, be aware of your own brain's ELIZA effect. Just pause for a second and ask, is the machine really understanding this, or am I the one projecting that meaning onto its response?
This chart just lays it out perfectly. On the one hand, the hype says a superintelligence is about to burst onto the scene. The reality? We've climbed to a new rung on a ladder, and we can't see the next step. The hype claims that machines can think and understand. The reality is they are unbelievably sophisticated pattern matchers, and our own brains are doing the heavy lifting of assigning meaning. It isn't magic, it's just math and psychology working together in a really powerful way.
And so, we'll leave you with this thought. We've got a pretty clear map of the road that brought us here, but the map of the future, that's completely blank. And recognizing the difference between the hype and the reality, that's not about being cynical or being a skeptic. It's about being an informed, critical thinker. So, what do you think Rung 7 will be? Thanks for tuning in.